Hi there!
Hi!
So we're here to go through the CPA skill migration program, and specifically we're going through the language skill assessment today. Yeah, so in general, there are two big categories for skill migration assessment.
Yes.
So the first one is full skill assessment. So for that, you'd qualify for the full language skills and then you're ready to apply for the certain visa. And then there's another one called,
Which is the provisional skill assessment, which you can apply for the temporary visa in Australia to work in Australia, which is like a bridge visa before you got the full permanent visa for Australia.
and for provisional assessment, that is pretty much exclusive for the graduate students in Australia from universities of Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are 4 language test agencies that you can take the exams from.
Yeah.
So the first one is called Cambridge English Advanced. So for Cambridge English Advanced, so for full assessment, how much do we need?
We need 189.
85.
185. Bad memory. 185 points. But for the provisional one, you only need 196. 69. 169. Oh my goodness.
So for IELTS, English International English Language Test System.
Okay.
So that's the full name of IELTS. Gosh, shame on me. How much do we need for full skill assessment?
Full skill assessment, we need 7.0 for each of the category. And for the provisional one, we only need 6.0 for each of the category, which is much lower requirement.
And then there's another one called PTE Academic. And for PTE Academic, you need 65 scores for each category for the full assessment, and then for 50 for provisional visa assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one is TOEFL, which is like you guys probably familiar if you apply the university in the United States.
Yeah.
For TOEFL, you need 24 points for the full skill assessment. But for the provisional one, you only need 12 points, which
Yeah.
only half of that.
Yeah, 50% off.
Yes, exactly.
We see
much,
that's a
much
bargain.
easier. So maybe try that one first. Then you can use another 2 years to improve your English to get the full skills one.
Yeah. And then the last one is called professional year. So which is a full year program you can enroll and participate.
Yeah.
So not only you enhance your language skills, but also you can apply for internship in that program in order to enhance your professional skills. So for
Exactly.
that one, we will have a separate video to deep dive into the professional year program.
Once you pass the professional year program, you don't have to pass all your English test result. So that's kind of another pathway you can achieve if you feel the English test is too hard for you.
Yeah, our principle for this video is you do have certain options, like what Jody said. You have professional year, and then you do not, as a students from universities within Australia, you can, if your full assessment is too difficult, you can always step change that to a lower level of the bar, which is a provisional assessment for getting the graduate for A5 visa. We both get it initially, and then you buy you some time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can do step by step. You
Yeah.
don't have to jump to the final step in one day.
And then don't judge yourself. There's no way as the best way, and there's no way as the only way. So
Yes. How many times you took? I knew you took IELTS exam, right?
Yeah.
How many times you took before you get the full
the
result?
full results. So I got total I got 8, and then for each category I got 8, 9, 7.7, 7.7.
Wow, that's really good.
For that I did 5 times. So 5 times. Well,
That's a lot of hard work.
That is a
guys.
lot of time, and then retrospectively you think 5 times, only 5 times, right? But 5
No.
times. 5 times
It may
is
take like 5
months
or half a year around.
Yeah, and then not only that, but the mental stress, because you have so much doubt. If you don't achieve everything in one go, your self-esteem is damaged. You're feeling, probably not necessarily, because when you were young, a lot of self-doubt, not healthy, and then
mental pressure,
and then just not feeling well, just feeling shit, and then you beat yourself up.
That's right. Unlike me, I took only 3 times, and I feel it's too hard. The test is not my cup of tea. then I changed to professional year.
Yeah.
So I kind of like took another pathway, but eventually we get there.
Yeah. So our principle is eventually get where you want to go. You know, no matter you're taking the flight or you're taking the train or you just walk there.
Yes.
I think for us, you don't judge yourself. You take anyway. You know, like for now, you know, like 10 years or 10 plus years later, who cares? You know, if you take that, you know, from else or you take that from professional year, you take that. You know, how many times, you know, like some of my friends, they take else, you know, to achieve the 771 goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you benchmark that.
It's very funny way is like sometimes I feel like when I was taking the exam, after 2 years studying and living in Australia, I still have like not able to achieve the category
Like
by
7777.
And I really doubted myself, like, what are you doing over here? Like
Exactly.
you're living in this like English speaking country for 2 years, but you still haven't achieved that one.
Yeah, and
like,
then
that was not a good feeling.
not good feeling. And then because at that time, you know, the social media wasn't this advanced, and then we probably, you know, treating ourselves too hard
Yeah, exactly.
for that. And then our advice is to, you know, don't beat yourself up. You know,
Don't be too stressful.
Don't be too stressful.
Eventually you will get there.
Yeah, and then for example, you know, like if I were, you know, speaking to my younger self, you know, when I was younger, I'd see the grip, you know, like 6.5 and 7. I was
that
like,
happened to me before.
yeah, like I would beat myself up saying, you know, how do you not to get full 7? But instead of that, you're gonna claim that, you know, I'm really good because I got really good scores in other things. Maybe I just focus on that specific ones that I need to improve, and then I get that. So you don't need to be stressed, you know, not necessarily. And then now else even have this really good program called OSR, which is one skill retake. So for example, you know, in my speaking to my younger self, you know, like if I were now as international students, you know, if I get, you know, other parts as good parts, but only writing as my softer spot, so I can only take that part.
Yeah, you only take like one single exam for that specific category. You didn't pass 7.0.
Yeah,
that didn't happen 10 years ago.
No, not at all. So
much
everybody
easier
is
now.
stressed out, and then I think that was part of the reason certain of our friends left, because, you know, that's a really stressful, mentally frustrating, self-doubting. You know, think about it, when you're a graduate student, you're applying for jobs and you're doing this test, and then
you feel like you're wasting stuck in this country, just taking English exams.
Exactly. Like some of our friends, you know, they take, you know, like graduate programming mainly in China or Hong Kong already, and then you're like doing language tests. Like, what are you doing? But 10 something years later, it doesn't really matter.
Now this was getting better, so you guys should feel like more confident and feel better about all these things. So don't be too stressful.
Yeah, and then there's another one, another principle from CPA Australia, which I found it really not funny, but a little bit, you know, too stricted. Like if you're from, you know, unlike us, if you're from a English-speaking country, like from the UK, from Singapore, or United States, you know, irrespective where you're from, irrespective of what your first language is, you still need you still need a language test in order to prove your language capability. So for example, if you're speaking English as your first language for your entire life, so that's the only language you speak, but for CPA Australia,
you still have to take the test, pass the language level like assessment.
Yeah, so we call this principle, everybody is equal under the sun.
Pressure probably not equal.
Oh, exactly. You know, I've never ever heard of anyone whose English as their first language got 60.5 in that writing.
They all like over 8, or like all of them are 9 points for each of the categories.
Yeah, or like at least a 7.5 is speaking and writing. Yeah, but who cares? You know, like 10 years later, you know, that's So what we wanted to say is, you know, you get that.
Exactly.
Whether you're getting like a leap of faith as full assessment, or you having a step change, you know, to a graduate visa and ultimately to, you know, full assessment, whether it takes you a day or takes you a year, I think it's all equal. It's all necessary, and it's all important.
Yeah, what you are like probably trying to achieve already been through there, but we are like kind of now having a wonderful life, you know, like in Australia we really enjoy our life and professional career over here. So take your time and you know, like be more confident. Yes. So take your time, take it easy, and
You will get there, and we're here to help.
exactly.